Hello there, my name is Solmaz, and you are listening to Tabling Thoughts podcast. In this podcast, I talk about my experiences as a relationship coach and psychotherapist. The little things that I noticed in my clients' day to day lives, which may affect the quality of their lives and relationships enormously, and for some reasons, they don't pay that much of attention to them. As I mentioned, I'm a relationship coach and I also practice as a psychotherapist in Ontario, Canada. In order to get more information about me, you may check my Instagram account, YouTube, or my other podcasts via the links in description. This is the 19th episode of the Tabling Thoughts podcast, and I'm going to talk about the imposter syndrome. Let's start by defining imposter syndrome clearly. Imposter syndrome is the persistent feeling of self-doubt and inadequacy, where individuals believe they don't deserve their success or achievements. They often feel like frauds. Imposter syndrome is very common among high achievers and can affect people across various fields, from students and professionals to creatives and entrepreneurs. I used to have a client who was promoted to a leadership role at work. Despite their qualifications and hard-earned promotion, they constantly felt like they're not good enough. They had the fear soon the whole organization will be realizing that they are incapable of doing the job right, although they were well deserved the promotion. As another example, a writer whose book has become a bestseller might think their success is a fluke, attributing it to luck rather than their own skill, worried that their next work will fail and people will see the truth. Studies show there are three main causes for imposter syndrome. The reasons why people experience imposter syndrome. The first one is perfectionism. People who strive for perfection often feel like they're falling short, even when they are doing well. The second reason is comparison. Social media and workplace environments make it easy to compare yourself to others, fostering feelings of inadequacy. And the third reason, based on studies, are the external validation, relying too much on praise or recognition from others, specifically in social media when you're looking for the number of likes, comments, views, make people doubt themselves and their self-worth when it's absent. Based on the same studies, there are some consequences of imposter syndrome. The first one is self-doubt. Constantly second-guessing one's abilities can lead to anxiety, stress, and even burnout. The second one is undermining success. Many of my clients with imposter syndrome attribute their achievements to external factors like luck, rather than acknowledging their hard work and talents. And the third one is the fear of failure. Because they feel inadequate, people might avoid challenges, and that prevents them from growth or reaching their full potential. All being said, now let's talk about how can we silence self-doubt and build confidence. Not easy, right? Going through many studies and also my experience in different fields working with my clients, I'm going to talk about 6 practical techniques that you can use to overcome imposter syndrome. The first one is acknowledge feelings but challenge them. What does it mean? It means that recognize when you are feeling like an imposter. These feelings are common but not necessarily truthful. Start by asking yourself, what evidence do I have that supports these thoughts? What evidence contradicts them? Often you will find that your success is a result of your hard work. For this technique, I always ask my clients to keep a success journal where they list their achievements and positive feedback. This can serve as a reminder of your true capabilities when self-doubt creeps in. The second technique is reframe negative thoughts. This is not an easy one, and it takes me more than 2-3 months to work with my clients, but it's good to know. So this reframing negative techniques is part of cognitive restructuring. How it works like this. Instead of thinking, I don't deserve to be here, try reframing it to, I worked hard to get here and I deserve this opportunity. Self-doubt often comes from harsh self-criticism. By practicing self-compassion, you can shift your mindset. Let's move to the third one. The third technique is stop comparing yourself to others. Easy being said than done, right? Imposter syndrome thrives on comparison. Remember that everyone's path is different. Instead of comparing yourself to others, focus on your own personal journey and how far you have come. If you want to challenge yourself on this technique, you can limit your time on social media or in competitive environments where comparison is inevitable. Be mindful of how you feel after engaging in these spaces. You can journal and write down about your feelings. And the fourth technique, embrace mistakes and learn from them. Instead of fearing failure, see mistakes as opportunities for growth. Everyone makes mistakes, even the most successful people. So what if you look at your mistakes as an opportunity to get better? The practice that I challenge my clients to go through for this technique is that after a setback, I ask them to write down what they learned and how they can improve for next time instead of what did they do wrong and why did it happen and stuff like that. This reframing helps you see failure as a natural part of progress. And the fifth is seek feedback and mentorship. Talking to others, especially mentors, not everyone, can help you gain perspective on your abilities. Many people will share with you that they have felt the same way at some point in their careers. To make this practical, you can ask trusted colleagues or mentors or friends that they don't have conflict of interest with you for feedback on your performance or on your interactions, social interactions. Often their insights will reassure you that you're on the right path and capable of more than you realize. And last but not least, celebrate small wins. This is the most important part of dealing with your imposter syndrome. Break your goals into smaller, manageable tasks and celebrate each achievement, no matter how small it is. The practice I ask my clients to go through, I ask them at the end of each week to go through their accomplishments and reflect on them. Over time, this practice helps them to build confidence and lessens their self-doubt. I just want you to know that imposter syndrome is the enemy that many individuals face, but it doesn't have to control your life. By applying practical techniques like reframing negative thoughts, seeking support, acknowledging your accomplishments, and celebrating your small wins, you can gradually overcome self-doubt and embrace your worth. I sincerely encourage you to take small, consistent steps towards building confidence by battling imposter syndrome day by day. My friends, I hope this episode is helpful for you. I invite you to reflect on moments where imposter syndrome made you to doubt yourself and take a look at the 6 techniques I just talked about here and see how you can apply any of them to deal with this huge monster. I would love to read your comments in any application you're listening to. Till next episode, take good care of yourself.